Hey everyone, welcome to the first live stream of 2025. Hopefully, first of many. Today, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate you coming to hang out, or anybody who catches this after the stream. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Today is a bit of a different live stream. I think it's all about creating some blueprints and maybe just improving some of the areas in Iguazu because it's a little bit of a hot mess. I think I need to kind of go over and kind of clean some things up. But yeah, today's the goal. Hey Victoria, hey Deborah, thanks for coming to hang out. But I think the first thing I want to do today, and I've been pushing this off for so long, and I figured, hey, why not? Let's build this together and kind of improve together. And I think that's the important thing. I think we're going to grab these. And we're going to swing way over here. We're going to duplicate it. And there we go. The goal is today is going to be creating some better blueprints than what we have going on here. Getting something that's going to look a little bit nicer, you know? And I figure, hey, like there's been a lot of conversation about blueprints lately, and I figure I don't really have a whole lot of my own. So I figured maybe we could just kind of work together. You guys can help me out, and we can improve together and create some really cool blueprints that, who knows, maybe you guys will use in your zoos as well. I think that would be really cool. Hopefully everybody can hear me just fine, and hopefully the music's not too loud. And if it is, just let me know in the in the chat. But otherwise, I guess it's probably time for us to dive right in. And I've been preparing for this for a while now, because not that you can see it, but on my screen, I have been working on putting together a bunch of inspiration. So that is our ultimate goal today. But that being said, it is 2025. It's January. How's everybody doing this year? Is 2025 been a better year for everybody? Has it started off better? Let me know. You know, the one thing I hate about building in Planet Zoo, though, is trying to find the pieces that will work the most. Oh, congratulations on the new car. It's there's something special about having your own car, you know? What kind of car did you pick up? I'm not a car man. Like I don't know a whole lot about cars, but hopefully it's a good car. Do you ever like forget the name of something? Ooh, a Subaru. Every time I think of Subaru, I always think about like driving in the snow. But congratulations. It's always such a fun feeling owning a new car. Something unique about it, you know? God, that glare was a little too much. But hopefully everybody's holidays have been fantastic as well. I know it was for me anyway, it was a crazy time of the year. I haven't obviously done a lot of Planet Zoo lately. For those who maybe have been watching, I've kind of been like playing a lot of Star Wars lately. Not that I would ever play Star Wars on the channel. I realize that that's just not a thing for you guys. Just kind of reliving some old games. Any old games out there people are kind of just reliving and enjoying? Oh, how do you like Planet Coaster? I'm not a huge fan of I'm not a fan of coaster games in general. Only because I don't know, just it's not my thing. But uh, I'm gonna just say it. As long as you enjoy the game, I think that's all that matters. So as long as you're enjoying it, that's what matters the most. It's just have fun, hang out. Hey, Crow, how's it going? You gonna be there for our Dungeons and Dragons session tomorrow? I am looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so nothing too fancy. Just maybe like the first of many different tables that we can utilize, and some carrots. Lots of carrots. What is Dungeons and Dragons? If not just healthy chaos? Okay, so we have our first table. Just something really easy. But you know what? Every backstage requires, and you know, just hear me out. Every backstage requires something that's going to be uh, like a corner table, because there's tons of corners. We're never really able to work with them. Just move this out of the way now. Oh no. Build that on the axis. See, this is what gets me all the time when I'm playing Planet Zoo. I did not make my wife walk. I'm going to be polite and say that I drove her. Just so everybody knows, normally I stream a lot earlier in the day, and I did not stream early today. And part of the reason why is my wife was going somewhere, and I had to chauffeur her there. Um, as any good husband or significant other would do. Yeah, I am exactly. I am a good husband. Now, was I cranky the entire time I did it? No comment. No comment. I have to pick her up in a few hours as well. Who would have thought that driving my significant other to somewhere was going to be so decisive or divisive? I actually haven't played, to be honest. It's been like a hot minute. It's been a solid, I want to say like 2.5 weeks since I've last played Planet Zoo. So I've taken a little bit of a break. It's been kind of nice. But I'm hoping, like I said, just the goal today is to build some blueprints. Hopefully, we can kind of get something good together, uh, and then kind of start using it a little bit more. A few tips and tricks. I especially like the use of the Indonesian drapery, and I learned that from Blob of all people. And I say that like I don't learn things from Blob, and that's definitely not the case. I learned so much from him. I have been on a Star Wars nostalgia trip, and everybody in the Discord can see that because I've been playing like Empire at War and KOTOR 2 lately. I've had to like I've had to restrict myself to playing Empire at War in the morning before work because otherwise I just play the game all day. It's easy to get sunk into it. You know what I don't know all the time? It's actually the pieces that I'm trying to find. Case in point, there is a. I like doing this, which is called a souvenir puzzle. This is my cutting board. Yeah, see, cutting board. Little stylized textured cutting board. Okay, I'm already starting to dig this a little bit more. This looks a little bit more professional. This might be where we lose it. But what I'm trying to build, obviously it's a table. I think that goes without saying. But you know when you think about like when you look at tables and stuff like that, you see the splash guard, kind of like a rounded edge that kind of like feeds into the wall a little bit. Try to create something that looks a lot more like that. You know what? That actually doesn't look so bad though. See, this is kind of why I was excited to do this today. Because it just means I'm going to be able to learn some new things, you know? Nice try. I do work. I work on a regular basis. You know what it is? I actually work so well that I get all my work done fairly early, and that is the goal. But January's actually been a really busy month. I'm not gonna lie, like it's been a little hard. Like I haven't really been able to do a lot of what I would normally want to do. I'm kind of offended that you guys don't think I work though. So what's everybody's goals for 2025? So I know, like we talk a lot about goals and you know, what does everybody want to accomplish and stuff like that. But you know how it is. You normally the beginning of a new year, you set up your you know what your goals, what you want to do, and I'm really curious. What is everybody looking to do this year? Hey, Sparrow. I will have you know I do actually perform work at work. It just doesn't seem like it sometimes. I'd be careful about what I say because God forbid somebody from work is actually like currently watching this. And then that was the last that Gunther ever played Planet Zoo. Well, I appreciate you coming to hang out, Sparrow. That means a lot. Sometimes. Listen. Work is important. I do it. I do it. Okay, so we need. This always confuses me. LED bracket. Is that not what it's called? LED something? There we go. It's a perfectly fine goal to have, Crow. As long as you can just make it through the year, that's all that matters. I have a lot of personal goals for 2025. One of them is actually to travel a lot more. So I won't bore you with the details, but as a young child, as a young adult, I always put work for first. Always. Never really traveled. Had a lot of opportunity to go travel with family and stuff like that, and I kind of ignored it. I kind of just turned it down. And to this day I regret it. And I kind of never really had that opportunity. So this year my goal is to travel somewhere cool, and I think we've landed on Disney World, which, yeah, like I realize it's Disney World. What's cool about that? But you know what's at Disney World? The Animal Kingdom. All right. One of the signs, which are made of metal. Hmm. One of the signs. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can find this. Oh, okay. It's this one. Okay, I think I can actually. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, yeah, I like this so much better. it's it's a we don't comment on that, but it is actually one of the only places that I think of that does something like that. But I'm actually really excited. I've been to Disney World. I think I went to Disney World in the year 2000 during the millennium. Went to the millennia celebration as a child. So being able to kind of go back and experience it as an adult is something I'm actually really excited for. My wife has also never been, so that's going to be a fun experience for her, I think. So that's it's starting to come together. I can kind of see this. College degree, important things to do. It's a very important thing to have. Okay, so we kind of have our first version of this. You know what, love? It just means that your goals are more fun. Let me hear your brainwave. Is it we should play some Warhammer? Is that what your brainwave is? Because if it is, I'm all for playing as some Tomb Kings and taking over the world as some undead skeletons that just rise from the sand. Okay, I want to make a sink, and I know like the tried and true method of creating a sink. I've done it before. Is to do something like this. Where is it? Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, hang on. Let me finish this, and then let me we'll do that as well. I like what you're laying down there. I see Sparrow did not waste any time in playing some Planet Zoo. Yeah, so I went with the emissive panels because it kind of gives us the idea of like a dish sink, like a full dish sink. Helps if I can spell, you know? It's the important thing. The alternative, I guess, is we can do something like this for like a smaller sink. Actually, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. But that's not what I'm here for. I am looking for this. Oh, is it really? Huh, that is a nice tip to have. Again, Blob teaching me something new. I mean, like you could make that as your goal for 2025, Blob. Just have it set up around like tips to create things. Okay, so I don't normally use blueprints from other people, but I can't be bothered to create this because I actually don't know if I have the patience to do so. So like every guy knows this. It's when you have to do the dishes and you don't want to do the dishes, so you fill up the sink full of water and you say that you're going to let things soak. Some poor employee has decided that they're just going to let things soak in this water, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm learning so much today. I love it. Okay, so this is going to bother me if I don't do this. It's not centered. Something rectangular, make it yellow. I love the idea. Okay, hang on. Let me just get this centered up a little bit here. You know what we have that's yellow? The conservation item. It's a brick. Is this the only one? It's the terracotta flower pot. But you can't color it, can you? Color this one. And like any good person would normally do, is when we don't want to clean and we might have been told to clean, we're just going to throw our sponge also in the little thing. Now, if I can find... here we go. See, Zoo, we were on the same thing. Deborah, thank you so much for that amazing idea. And hey, Primal, welcome to the stream. Okay, so nobody likes to see like the underside of a sink. So my idea is that we kind of create little drawers. Doors, not drawers. And how do you know that there's a door here? It's by the outline from the door. It's kind of like a hidden little like a hidden little idea. This might look terrible. It's gonna look terrible, I think. We might have to rethink this. Yeah, no, I don't like the way that looks. Okay, so we can kind of go with a different method. Maybe we can use some of these art pieces. Is that also your 2024 2025 goal? Play some Civ? Who wants to work on a Saturday, Sparrow? Even just from a design perspective, I kind of like the way this looks. That is a good point. Actually, I kind of really like how that looks. It doesn't even have to be like a working drawer. It's just like it's like a little thing that people can kind of like push in on. Oh, I just found out if you right click on something, it deletes it. It's definitely an unintended consequence. It's a very rewarding job, I will say. Healthcare workers are super important. So thank you. I too also work from home. And as I think everybody just kind of learned, I may or may not do work. But that's really cool. It's healthcare, so it's such it's a job that I don't think I would ever be able to do. So I envy anybody who does do it because it's such an important thing. Yeah, no, it's one of the number one reasons why I don't have children. Um, the excuse is I can't take care of myself, so why would I want to take care of a child as well? And you know what, my wife agrees. It's just safer that way. I mean, from a blueprint perspective, this is it's definitely an improvement. Hole in front of Facebook pizza, sometimes other stuff like chocolate. But is it like, can you even do that? I don't know. Well, anybody into random question? Anybody into anime? Did anybody watch anime here? I have a Luna, and Luna is a dog who is currently sleeping on the couch, and you might hear some snoring or some something in a little bit as she kind of just goes about her day, enjoying her evening. All right, Blob, you had mentioned. Let's see here. You had mentioned doing like creating a little cart, and I tried to do this before, and I had struggled with this. Um, the 1 meter. I'm already on the 1 meter marquee beam, and we can use the LED end caps to create wheels. I mean, it's not out of the question that this might be a little bit taller. Actually, got really shockingly easy to create. Uh, Dogs are like children for sure. I just had to take my dog to the vet for a regular checkup. No, no, this I think this works. This works really well. But your idea on the ceiling fan cables, I actually have another idea for this. Maybe not. I don't think it's gonna work. Um, but sorry, going back to the anime thing, because I just got sidetracked. Solo Leveling season 2 has just came out. Started last week. Episode 2 just dropped 2 hours ago, actually. Which I don't know if you're an anime fan, but Solo Leveling is like by far one of the best anime ever. Hey, Nausicaa, thanks for coming to hang out. Okay, so I have a fantastic blueprint from a while ago that somebody had shared with me. What is this piece? The faux rock. Okay, so use faux rocks. And the pumpkin, which can apparently change color. Interesting. Okay. So what if we do? So I want to do a kind of like, this is like a card that you would push to go and like feed somebody. So let's see if we can figure out how we can kind of do this. Let's see if maybe we can do this correctly. So we want some type of bin to hold it. Oh, hang on. We got our plate. There we go. Another item to add into the dishwasher or the sink that nobody's washing. Somebody. I was a community member. Okay, I want this out because I'm going to try something. I'm going to do something with this shortly, I think. I don't think like this, like you wouldn't put food in that though. I guess we would just leave it in the bucket. Hey, Liz. There we go. Okay. So we have some like fairly basic workable blueprints that we can kind of like piece in everywhere. Uh, there it is. My dog is currently snoring. Snoring away like the life just doesn't matter. I'm doing new backstage blueprints because I don't actually have like I've never really created anything like that. So we're kind of redesigning everything, reutilizing everything that's already here, turning it into something new, and then creating something that looks a little bit more cohesive. Like some of the blueprints are okay, some of them aren't. Like they're kind of like boring. Like that was pretty boring, but like this is pretty good. So now we just have we have things that are kind of like they're coming together. Okay. Kind of like the idea of having an elevated hose. So like when you really need to do uh like when you want to like have like a hose that you can kind of go and like spray off a table or something like that, instead of having to go and like fill a bucket of water, you can just grab it from this hanging piece right here. And it all fits in the wall pretty. Yeah, I have a lot of different pieces. I've never like actually saved them as blueprints though. So every time I come back, I always tend to like create something new. So like I figured now would be a perfect time, and considering I hadn't really played Planet Zoo in a while, this would be like the perfect time to create something. And I figured I could get everybody's feedback. We could kind of do it together at the same time. Hang on, yeah. This is how ignorant am I am of pieces. But see, like I kind of like. So the reason why I like this one, and it's kind of a it's a silly thing. So to see this like this one, you'd have to turn it up. So if we had it really high, you wouldn't really be able to hit it. But with this one, like we could argue that it's connected to this pipe, and then like when you turn on the water, it also supplies the water to the hose here, and then that's why, and then it's retractable. So like when you can kind of pull on it and it retracts it back. That was the idea behind it. Call me crazy because I can be crazy. Um, but yeah, I tried to hide. I wanted to do it like this originally, but then we kind of get that piece that hangs out of the bottom, which I guess like, oh, you know what? Actually, hang on. I think we can work with this. Hang on. What if we did something like this? This little thing to hold your rag. Okay, I kind of like that. Looks a lot better, actually. I really like that. This is, see, things are coming together. This is the important thing. You know what they call this? They call this teamwork. Soap holders. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Hang on. Let me play around with this. Because that'll act as like our chalkboard with like if you have plans and stuff like that. So you'd have them written out. So you use the chalkboard to kind of create your meal plans or whatever if anybody has to worry about anything. So let's get back to this. So the ragworks too. I just thought of the soap holders that sit next to your sink. Okay, so I agree. How can we make some soap holders? You know what? Hang on. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna take this one. Take the cap off. Take that off. No, I don't like the way that looks. It was worth a shot. It was worth an idea, though. That's what matters. Um, but I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, maybe we could do like a soap dispenser instead. Um, so let's try this again. We'll grab a bottle. Now we need some type of like a little hook. It's too long though, so let's maybe let's look at a different one. There has to be a piece that we could kind of get like kind of like a little squirt nozzle thing. So I guess like that's the $1 million question is like what can we put here that would do this? And this is where we get to go through like the 1,000+ different items that exist in this game. I was gonna say something not nice. And if anybody has any ideas, throw it in the chat because we're trying to make a soap dispenser. And I realize we could definitely use the hand sand, like the hand cleaning station. That would work as well, but there's no fun in that. Or could we use this maybe? okay, hang on. Here we go. I think that works out really well. I think we can make this work. Let's just adjust this color a little bit. Yeah, exactly. So that's like the pump, and then you hit the pump, and the soap comes out, and it leans right into the sink, which is like the perfect way to do it. Okay, I think things are coming together. We're mostly done. I want to say we're pretty much done with this. Maybe a few smaller details on the walls and stuff like that, but that would be super, like super conditional to whatever we're building and what we're building on. Which I guess leads me to the next thing that I wanted to build. So it's interesting. Whenever you're thinking about, like, whenever you look at it like architecture and something like that, the one thing you never look up, you never look up, which is a pretty fun concept. So let's throw this down. Like at a minimum, from a ceiling perspective, we want to add in some HVAC, but we can't just have the HVAC hang out like this. We also want to have it kind of like supported in some way, because it can't just be like bolted to the ceiling. Yeah, we have that. Now, I was talking about I mentioned the cables. I had an idea for the cables, like the ceiling cables. So when you think about power and whatnot, you're gonna have like a roof. You don't want to have to like work through the roof. So we would want to build something that would be easily accessible. Which is why all these cables are always exposed. You see them just like hanging, not hanging, but kind of hanging from the roof. Now we can't do this one because it just sticks out too much. Although that doesn't look that bad. But if we look underneath, oh no, you know what? It actually works. This actually might work. So now we have some like additional ceiling items, and this is all going to come in play shortly. So this is all not just for show. We're actually going to utilize this in just a few minutes. But anything else you guys can think of that we would want to normally have hanging on the ceiling of a backstage area? Because because we have this backstage area that I haven't really done anything with yet. Hang on. What's going on here? Sprinklers and fire alarms. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think that's okay. Now we have an area we can work with, lots of space. So vent pieces, everything like that. All right, just hang on 2 seconds, guys. Perfect. So let's think about sprinklers. Okay, now I think I've seen. I saw Sori. I think I saw Sori do something like this. And it was a while ago. Thanks, Sparrow. Not like ideal, but I think it actually works kind of like as a sprinkler. Here. Let's take a look. Kind of like an interesting ceiling. I don't know what this would be. Something. That would be something. So now let's see if we can take this all and kind of put it in like into action. have an idea for that corner that we're dealing with, because it's a little bit of a weird corner. It is going to be all about the smallest rotations now. Hang on. Let's try this again. It kind of already looks a little bit more full now. Just the slightest of rotations to make sure this all fits. Okay, there we go. And there's something that we're kind of missing though. And I haven't really created this. And I've never created this before. So hang on 2 seconds. I have an idea. I just recently saw something. It was pretty cool. A closet would be like a fantastic item here. And there's just something about like having a wood closet. Now again, like, are these blueprints the best? Not really. But it's a step in the right direction towards creating my own blueprints and like actually like using something and kind of keeping something around for a while, you know? We know how to make door handles. We just need some nice looking brackets. Every time I think about wood pieces now, I think about the Indonesian stayed wood piece, and I very much blame Sparrow for this. It's probably the most I've ever gotten done in like a little bit of time. But I guess like maybe the difference, Lucifer, is like the stuff that you put together compared to the stuff that I put together are like night and day. What mod you downloading now, Liz? And the build didn't even make it into the episode. You know how many times I've built something and I was like, oh, it's like this. This is not a good idea. Some monkeys and the European minks. See, this is why I think that Planet Zoo is here to kind of stay forever, and it's more so because of the modding community. And I kind of thought about this the other day, more so because I was playing like Star Wars. Uh, Star Wars is a really old game, and it is still kicking around. More so because of the mod community. So I feel like even if Planet Zoo official support were to end, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen from like a just a general modding community perspective. We are going to have to fix this path though. There we go. In no way did I want to have some people kind of like flowing through, phasing through the wall if we can avoid it as much as possible. I don't know how I feel about this color of this backstage room though. I don't know why I went with green. I think I was trying something new. I feel like orange just looks a little bit better. It's a little dark in here though. All right, I think that definitely fills things up. There's one last thing that I want to create, and I was thinking about this last night when I was kind of planning out this entire episode. I was like, what am I gonna do? Uh, I want to put together some lockers, and you know what I mean. Like everybody needs some lockers, but like we're not talking any type of locker. We want those industrial, like old school lockers. Something that's just like it's not enticing, but it does the job. That is our goal today. Every time I think about lockers, I think about high school and how fun it is. But like how iconic those lockers were. Okay, so I think we have the base. And then now we need to do the middle section. And again, a perfect example of forgetting the name of words or the name of pieces. We used it here. Trim wood end. I think that's tall enough. So you know the nice thing about my partner not being home tonight is I get to order my own dinner. And as any true Canadian, because I'm already thinking about food now, which is kind of a concern. I'm gonna go for some poutine because it's like the best food ever. Is that a kind of worrying some behavior that I order food whenever my partner leaves? Yeah, but I just don't care, you know? Like poutine is so good. The funny part is she's gonna ask me what I made for dinner when I pick her up tonight, and then because I won't lie to her, I'll just have to be like, I just won't answer the question. Whether or not that's a viable solution, a different story. But regardless, I'm gonna have some poutine, and I'm gonna love it. I don't blame you. I know we were kind of like chatting about like having like when your partners leave and stuff like that. Um, and I kind of like I realized that like my partner leaves the house more than I do, and it's like she works in office and stuff like that, and I don't or I don't go to the office very often because we're in like a hybrid work model and stuff like that. Um, but then it got me thinking. I was like, yo, I was like, maybe I should leave the house more often. I feel like I'm turning into a hermit. And then Gene over here just like quietly cooking up bolognese. I just saw you boot up Planet Zoo, Liz. You know what? I've actually been thinking about doing my own aviary and aviary, sorry. And your aviary that you submitted for one of our build challenges has actually inspired me a lot recently. It was a while ago. It was a while ago, but I keep on thinking about it. So many people on the bird. Birds just seem to be the new thing, eh? Okay, there we our backstage looks a little bit more realistic. It was a bit challenge. It was a build challenge. Oh my god, I was thinking about this. We haven't done a build challenge in a while. That was it was such a cool habitat. Honestly, like it was a beautiful. What you built was so amazing. Would you guys be interested in another build challenge? Is that something we wanna bring back for 2025? Because like I'm all for doing those build challenges. And for those who don't know, and I'll just throw it out there, the winner of the build challenge, which like more often than not becomes more than just one winner, also wins a DLC of their choice for Planet Zoo. Just saying. So like if more people want to join, all for that. Although I need to figure out the logistics of having too many people join. So I don't think anybody wants to see a tour video of like 18 18 different habitat builds, you know. Okay, yeah. So you know what? This is it's actually kind of coming together. Looks a little bit more lived in, if you will. And as with everything, we need some lights. Some type of light back here. How did I just misplace all these lights? Hey, Etsy. Welcome to the stream. I think at this point we're just kind of like having fun chatting about stuff. Hang on. Somehow I managed to get this attached to something else. There we go. Okay. So I'm happy with some of those blueprints that we put together, and by no means are they perfect. But I hope that this kind of shows that it's okay to build something that maybe is not perfect from a blueprint perspective. It's all about challenging yourself to improve, though. But speaking of improving, so we've accomplished the majority of our Mountains of Asia section. We have our 3 habitats. We have one more habitat left to go for the snow leopard. And in traditional theme, we want to do something a little bit like extravagant for this particular habitat. So it's going to go right here. It's going to take up the majority of the space. We're going to have like a nice open-ended area. But I want to do something pretty crazy from a rock work perspective. And it's very much inspired by Ueno Zoo, which is this entire zoo is inspired by Ueno Zoo. So let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, so we have the first rock, and then let's throw in some different colors. The year did go by super fast. I think at the beginning of the stream, we were asking everybody what your plans were for 2025. Now that it's here, like, what do you got? What do you want to achieve? Yo, that's a pretty it's a pretty important thing. I wish you all the best. I can only imagine because I hear a lot of things about Oxford that it's like a super tough school to get into. So I wish you all the best on that one. That's a really cool goal for this year. Nothing wrong with that, that's for sure. What do you want to take? Like, what do you want to study in like university, college, kind of thing like that? Like, what's your passion? Right on. Nothing wrong with that at all. Makes sense. It jives with the whole Planet Zoo love and what everybody likes to do with this game. So, all right. I think we have the working of an interesting looking wall. Kind of like the way this looks. Alas, I can't build too much of that because it's going to be for the next episode. The actual episode of the next actual episode of Eagle Zoo. Sakura Zoo. That's all I really had for today. I just wanted to work on some blueprints and stuff like that and kind of start improving some of the smaller details on Sakura Zoo. Because as you can tell, there's the zoo is definitely growing. But this is, as I mentioned, this is the first stream of the year, but it's not going to be the only stream of the year. And part of the reason why is we have this giant area that's kind of empty, and there's a lot of things that are planned out for it. We have like shipping and receiving, quarantine. What's this going to be? This is going to be a greenhouse. We're also going to have a garden set up. So the idea behind this is going to be all backstage area. And the majority of this will be built on stream. So it's going to be something different that you're not going to see like kind of copied in a video or speed build or anything like that. So if you want to come and hang out during the streams, you can see some of this stuff come together. You can you can help me build it, because all of these things are going to be the first time that I've ever really focused on building it. And a lot of inspiration, no surprise, where is coming from Sparrow, because Sparrow has created some amazing backstage areas. So you better believe that I'm going to be checking out some of that. But that is our goal for our streaming series in 2025, is to really focus on this particular area so we can kind of build it up together, and I can get your help. And that's the important thing, is really kind of coming together and building things and improving. And I hope that you guys improve at the same way, or the same rate that I improve, because I would not have been able to do it all without you. The really cool thing is this is fully navigatable, so our staff can actually can already traverse from over here all the way to this section. And that leads me to the next thing, which is we have this very large open area at the front of our zoo. That's like, there's nothing there right now. The intent behind this is to get your help to build it. We need to put in some residential buildings, things like that. So if you guys want to have your own, or to leave your mark on Sakura Zoo, share a blueprint that you've created. So again, the whole idea of creating blueprints and challenging yourself is create a blueprint for a building that you would like to see within Sakura Zoo, and we'll add it to the front, and we'll kind of create this whole cityscape with your help. So it's nothing that I'm going to put together. It's going to be things that you guys all put together. That is the hope anyway. And then every little piece will have, or every building will have their creator's name on it. So no matter who takes this zoo, if we put it on the workshop and stuff like that, it'll be there for people to download, to play around with, to explore in their own time and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there as a way for you guys to kind of work within Sakura Zoo as well. And I really hope that that's something that you guys actually want to do as well, because it's definitely something I've really had a lot of fun with in this particular build so far. So hopefully that means that you guys will participate as well. But if you don't want to, as always, I want you guys to remember there's no pressure to do so. It's all meant to just to have fun, and I want you to remember that. But this is Sakura Zoo, and that's pretty much all I have for you. For some reason, there's some protesters arriving, so let's go figure out why. The red panda. For some reason, and I don't know why, they don't want to drink the water from here. It's fully accessible. But we do have some baby red pandas. I think I've played with them. I've been trying to get them to drink this water for a while now, but maybe they're actually going to finally do it. Oh no, look at them go. I think that means the protesters are going to leave because they're happy now. It does look like it's floating, doesn't it? Hang on. I think it's because I can't. It's because I think when I placed it, the barrier was here. Hang on, let me take a look at the barrier. Let me just move the barrier out a little bit. There we go. Interestingly enough, we can actually leave the barrier there. I also don't have a sign for this. I have to create a Sakura design for the red panda. Oh, there it is. Thought I'd made one. You guys should see I've started work on creating a more like animated, like fun-looking sign for Sakura Zoo. So we're working on that as well. I'm pretty sure I have an Arctic Fox one as well. I created all these signs and I keep on forgetting to update them. I actually had a lot of fun creating this habitat. This is probably one of my favorite habitats. More so because occasionally, not always, they're able to access. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But they'll actually come and hang out under the water and stuff like that right here. So it's probably one of my favorite things about this entire habitat. But the mountains of Asia are coming together. In fact, actually, really quickly, let's see if I can put this together. There was one thing I wanted to do today. What do I want? Oh, thanks. Thanks so much for it. That means a lot, actually. I guess it means that that YouTube is liking what I've put together. It's a shame though, because it's we're pretty much we're at the end actually. Uh, but I want to create a sign for this. Why is there not? Again, the struggle is real when it comes to creating these names. Oh, well, thank you so much. What zoo did you go hang out at? Which one were you checking out? Oh, hey, Ozzy. All these people joining, like, right at the end. This may or may not work. This might look really good. It may look terrible, and by all means, please let me know. Oh, right on. Yeah, I just moved it. I was definitely getting annoyed with it. And I was like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be annoyed by that. Okay, you know what we need for this? We need some LED lights as well. So I can hear the guests like trying to like interact with the red pandas. What color did I go with this? So then, next step, eventually, whenever I get to it, which may or may not happen this year, we can kind of do do like a little logo for the mountains of Asia. And I think the last thing probably try to work in some type of decoration in here. I don't know. A logo. A Sparrow, do you want to create the logo for the mountains of Asia? But yeah, so the logo will go right here. And then if we were to let's just play around with the park open times. So then as you're walking up, you'll see this really kind of cool, modern looking sign introducing you to the mountains of Asia. And this will be where the logo goes. I've done a few things in here as some fish. I was testing something. But yeah, so that'll be kind of how we introduce people to this area. So this nice little sign pushing them in. Yeah, thanks. Every habitat has their own unique photo. I think we have our like small clawed otters, which are not getting the love that they used to ever since I introduced the red pandas. Everybody's been coming over here lately. Um, but yeah, so not bad. Eh? It's I've even taken into consideration all the nighttime areas. We have like a lot of like adjusted colors and stuff like that for our zoos. Uh, but I'm really digging this. I'm really digging this zoo. This is probably my best zoo ever, which is saying something because I've not played the game for oodles of time. But that's not saying that I haven't played it for a long time either. All right, folks. I think we're gonna end it there for Sakura Zoo for today. Lots of work completed, and I have some time off finally coming up later this week, going into next week, which means I can dedicate some time to finishing whatever this monstrosity of a rock wall is going to turn into. Kind of like the way it looks. It's going to act as the backdrop, I think, for a portion of our habitat. But that's it. That's where we're at today. Again, I just want to say thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I look forward to bringing more Sakura Zoo to you guys. And again, don't forget if you wanna add something to Sakura Zoo, we are in desperate need of some buildings. So feel free to stop by, add them in. Then yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you guys today. Otherwise, I just want to say, as always, ciao for now.